we are less streaming. All right, let's one last thing. All right, let's see here. Good. All right, so good afternoon, those of you guys hopping on YouTube. Let's start taking a look at these weekly candle closes. All right, because this is going to be important going into this next week. So, what do we have, everybody? I just want to let's come to a simple conclusion here. What do we see in front of us? Anybody else see what I see?
Failure to reclaim the floor.
Failure to reclaim the floor. That is exactly correct. A rejection, right, off of 618, but also simultaneously a failure to break the floor. Now, it's more important to me that price would be closer to 610. It is not. So, therefore, there is a bearish sentiment. Do we take a position off of that alone? No. If you're taking weekly expirations, you are weekly setup like this, and you're aiming for something lower, your expiration better be on point, and you better be down on lower time frame. But we can come to a simple conclusion that this is bearish. All right. Now, how does price find that bearish floor, right? Today we got to see exactly what that was, and that was the candle open at 596, 595.93. All right, that is where we're currently at. And there, yes, there is empty space back up and a floor that needs to be reclaimed. Is this 24-hour candle telling you, me, anything at the present moment? No. At least I am not getting anything that's tradable, because a trade gap up to 610, maybe from here would be a decent little, if it's low risk enough, but I'm not coming out of structure. I'm bouncing off of a floor and failing to reclaim anything, which we unfortunately had to experience today. And again, those of you who are just hopping in, that didn't happen today for me, at least on the Qs. Qs did the downside, trimming off those contracts, A plus, except for the floor getting reclaimed and me having to close those 100% runners out. But also IWM. But nonetheless, Qs was not able to give us what we were looking for today. And with that being said, with that stark refusal of the 603 floor that we needed so badly to get to 610, remember 610? We just talked about it. That's the floor. So could there be a retest next week off of 610 with that empty space, since we didn't have the volume to do it yet? And reading the market as we speak, right? How are we falling? Little pockets of empty space here and there. But as we get to the end of the day, that is our goal to interpret. I'm looking at this 5-minute box and $600. If we lose 600, the candle flips red. So, I gotta mute these people, man. I'm sorry, I can't. I help people all the time in real life, but I can't have people begging in here, dude. All right. Anyway, also, I'm noticing that a lot of people hop in here with different names, and they post the same thing. I'm homeless, just wanted to ask someone if I could get a meal from McDonald's, proof on page. And there's like 6 pages that post that exact same message. So it's, again, anyway. All right, moving on. So QQQ, again, up for interpretation. I am eyeballing those 588s. And I actually still have about 3 of those contracts that I held on to today. I figured I might just trade around them if we're unable to get that 606 floor. So it might be a position as we speak. I'm watching it pull back to this top right here. And underneath 601.55, you'll probably see that $600 retest here by the end of the day. All right, now I'm moving this over to the right side of the screen. If you're on TikTok, you can go over there if you want to see the whole screen. So keep your eyes peeled on this one. I'm watching with you guys as well. Stop losses usually are always right the bottom of green candles up above us. So 602.24. We don't want to see that reclaimed here by the end of the day. All right, now moving on back to IWM, which has taken a little bit of a spill. And actually, as we get to the end of the day, take a look at this weekly, right? We could change if we eat that candle up enough, which right now we're starting to lose some of these levels, and we're looking at a potential 261 retest here in just a few moments, it looks like. Underneath, hold on. Yeah, I would actually say that you're underneath those 262.13. That box underneath you would obviously serve as our punch down. Now, there is a excellent setup to the downside, right? There is a straightforward, still far away, 259.89 punch down, and that would lead us to directly this opening price here at 257.50, and of course, moves down. So these are trades that you could be setting up right now on your chart or next week. Now, hey, how do I pay taxes if I'm not American? Are you not in America? Don't worry about that, boss. You need don't worry about Americans. Yeah, you need to worry about your country's taxes if they have them. And let me also just say this, okay? IWM on the 24-hour wicked off of 265, which has been and is the sell wall. On the weekly candle, right, we've just been trapped down underneath. So, I mean, 258 is the weekly floor, which could lead us back down. So this one a little bit less conclusive. Qs are still falling here to 692 cents. Watch that next leg down here to 600. I know some of you bastards are scalping right now. I can feel it in my bones. Good job. Now, we'll see what this gives us by the end of the day, and if it is able to reach back down or even lose to 61.50, I could be convinced at a potential longer expiration swing down. Like I mentioned before, right? And I will say weekly on the IWM setup, not as it's just not as clear. You're still very much above a floor. Very, very. You got a couple of triggers here to lose before that even happens. So that one's not as for sure. Next week, though, remember this. We've had some fun with IWM. The fun is about to possibly continue because this is a weekly range, and weekly ranges break, right? And we're looking for that break. So literally between these two cages, just like on a lower time frame, sideways, contraction, expansion, and that could be an expansion down back to 255, or that could be an expansion up. So scalping couldn't be me. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I can feel it. You can make life-changing money buying shares on Bitcoin. Well, you can't buy shares of Bitcoin, but you can buy like the coin, you know. Satoshi Nakamoto. All right, Q's flushing deep. Those 588s that I held on to still up 84%. Funny enough. So those are for February 17th though. So I don't have, or February 20th. Sorry. All right, last one. SPY weekly candle. What do we see, guys? It's getting kind of bearish here, right? Getting kind of bearish. We look over to our left. We see that floor, right? Or that previous resistance. And you have broken down below that. And not only that, the first weekly candle to our left is not being held right now. Q's moving to that second target here, getting real close. All right, now on the 24-hour time frame, just like the Q's, what did we bounce off of? 677.33. What did we try to go up and reclaim? There's an answer on the chart. No matter what, we tried to reclaim that floor up above us that we had held before. Still bearish, right? It's got some real bearish feeling right now. Now, 271.15 is that target to the downside underneath today's lows. The closer we get to our lows, the higher the probability is of a reversal. Nice job, Q's. Check my link out now. Nope, you just got yourself blocked. All right. Don't fall for crypto scams, guys. Don't ever give your money to anybody to trade it for you. Don't ever try to do copy trading. Don't do. You guys are gonna get scammed. Please don't get scammed. Please, please. Oh God, no. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You got it, DeSoto Westo. So, again, as we move into the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. Do we have to move on this? You know, if you're taking a position now or you have a position now looking for that floor to break, sure. But 280 or 680, excuse me, I'd love to see a candle close anywhere around there. And next week, we'll probably be utilizing this box if that does not occur to take this back up. All right. So all three ETFs on the weekly, because we're closing the week, feel very bearish. Okay. Qs and SPY would be the leaders in that potential bearishness. It is hard to go take the trades back up, and you'll find that if that is true or we are going down, the upside will be considerably harder to trade, just like it is harder to trade the downside in a bull market. So I'm just going to leave this on the Qs because the Qs are kind of a favorite here. I have a larger target. This one, you know, again, I'm just going to throw this one out there. There's got to be 3 to 4 months behind this when this position is taken. And the target is the 575, 576, 50s. That is the volume. That is, listen, we trade box to box, do we not? We trade box to box, whether that's up or down. And so when I look at this, just like I would look at it here, right? Empty space. And even if it's just the top, right? I would be trying to take it in that direction. And that just bounces off the wick. So I literally box to box. All right, QQQ, speaking of, is moving down right now to my target. If you got any weeklies right now, it's kind of hard to do multitask right now, but I'm doing it. All right, so wick right there, beautiful. That is $600.36 as we get into the last 30 minutes of the day. If they intend on making this a little bit more difficult, price shall retrace back up. That doesn't mean anything for us. If not, I think we sink a little lower. And at this point, I'd be eyeballing that 597.75, and obviously that wick, but we'll see what we get here. Should I roll my puts out expiring today? You don't want to hold them right now. Yeah, if you think there's more downside, you should definitely be rolling. If you're on TikTok, you don't mind tapping your screen, that'd be so cool. How do I hold my position so long without getting worried? I don't put money that I have to worry about into these trades. I also trust my system explicitly. And there's also just this underlying, you know, again, with everything set up and the way that it's supposed to be and the risk is applied how it's supposed to be, the setup is where it needs to be. You know, TTI says something that I wholeheartedly agree with. There is something to be said about not giving a fuck and having that mentality of where you're at, or if you're in the green, or I mean, shit, even with those puts this morning, if I'm problem solving and I still have runner 588s for February 20th and I'm looking to trade against it, and that's super, I mean, it's well within my writ, then what the hell am I, you know, again, at the end of the day, I trust, listen, I don't know how to put this always into words. I trust my system with my damn life, damn near. And when it comes to being in the right position or having taken a position, you know, the nerve-wracking part is like on what happened on the Qs today when we're trying to get in or we're trying to take that break. Like that gets tough. But as soon as price is moving in the direction that it needs to be, or my average is green, what am I? I am, again, after years and years of watching a single phenomenon happen, empty space fill quick, punchbacks happen, 50% marks of boxes. You see that thousands of times. You see it all the time. You see it on the lower time frame. You see it on the higher time frame. Eventually, you start to trust that that's what's going to happen. So, I mean, that's, again, that's funny. Jesus, Lord have mercy, dude. Nice. Brother. That's a juicy gain, my boy. 828%. You paid $146 for $1,300. Or well, $1,200. Sheesh. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, 500%. 565%. All right, what do we got next? All right, if you have anything you want me to take a look at, I feel like you got my message. I know, again, we have some more to move through, but this is an incredible setup. And we're looking for these triggers to fire. So, all right. Yeah, what do you guys have here? Let's see here. Alex, mic open? Oh. No. Swinging calls? 610 call? No. So that we're just discussing targets or where retest will likely occur. And the closer we get to closing on the 24-hour to that floor, right? To this 599, the higher probability is that we would be looking to the downside. However, if this holds its range or even bounces back up to sit at 602, I think that there is a day trade opportunity potentially. Again, I wait till the end of the day to confirm these things. So again, if this was to retest and close right back up against 604, yes, yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely take that. But that's not happening right now. So I do have a Discord, yes. Before you think about joining my Discord, you need to please remember, if you're new here or you're just watching me, I am not trying to just feed you signals so that way I can scrape off a monthly subscription forever, because I know that you're not going to succeed with somebody telling you what to do and simultaneously trying to learn. It doesn't work like that. You can have guidance, you can have somebody mentor or somebody that you're looking up to or you're talking, watching, observing. But I am here to create independent traders. I am here to do exactly what I'm doing actually, and help people identify solid, high probability, low risk setups that they can trade on their own. So if I die or I lose my mind, you don't need me and you don't need anybody else. That's my goal and has been. Thoughts on TJR? How much money you want to lose? How much time do you have? Listen, if everybody's swimming in one stream and nobody's eating, if everybody is swimming, I just actually was this dude who, I guess you could say he came around, but he started watching me 3 years ago, saw TJR, never saw him again. And now he's coming back around. And I mean, without saying it, yeah, that dude is not, and not only that, and I'm going to move on. TJR is just all of a sudden changing his strategy to create new content, to sell something new, and nobody sees this. If you don't know anything about the stock market, these things can be hard to see because you're just looking for guidance. And that need and want and vulnerable space that you put yourself in where you want guidance is exactly what they take advantage of, boy. Ooh. So yeah, I don't like him. I think he's I also don't want to know how to get rich from a kid who was born rich, whose dad owns a private school. I don't think that he's going to have the sauce. You know what I mean? Like he's got a safety net made of steel. You might want to have one made of paper. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Hood up, please. I can see that. I do see a retest though. Yeah, it's talking about TJR. I see a lot of people say, "Oh, he's good for the basics." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So only the basics? Like, why would you learn from somebody who doesn't have the whole thing? I don't know, man. Some people make weird excuses for people. All right, so real quick on Hood, that is the 50% mark of a range. And so typically in these scenarios, John, with the candle turning red, I expect for price to retrace, right? And that I like I said this morning, this is actually it could and very much would be a kick-ass setup and has a ton of potential above both 79.55 and for sure 80.65. Those two price points could lead you to a massive rip to 85.22. Great setup, but a lot of things have to happen in order for that to occur. So, yeah, it's easy to gain. Well, that's Waylon. That's the whole thing about when you have uh that safety net. It's like, yeah, well, daddy got me. Yeah, man. Once the Ty Rock, once we got that move on IWM and you sat still and you don't have empty space, guys, I will say IWM did not rip. It built. And so the way that you rip, right, is oftentimes the way that you'll move down. And if you notice, everything is kind of methodically moving down, not not flushing, right? And that can cause some severe IV burn when you're, oh my God, look at that shit. But yeah, you'll only find that same fluidity in areas that contain it, right? That have empty space. So you would for sure see price flushing fast when it breaks this floor, punches back through this box, or gets outside of 265. So thank you guys for tapping your screen. Appreciate you. All right. What else do we have, guys? What other requests do we have? AA, Alcola, 24 hour. So I definitely can't call. Mm, the reality is here, you haven't lost anything. You have not lost your $57 floor. Listen, I'll set an alert on that right now because I'll take that shit short with you. Hold on one second. 55. And then you would definitely be watching 53.80. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of potential down there. But to the upside, it also contains that same magic over $65. There is little to no resistance directly in front of you on the 24 and weekly time frame. And so, I mean, again, old price action doesn't matter. That is a trigger right here, 24 hours, $69. You're looking, and you got a lot to do before you get there. A couple of floors that you need to reclaim, like $62 at break over 65. But that for a longer term play, when that does trigger, it does look good, whether either direction that you take it. So it looks good, but I don't think that's a trigger quite yet. So can I repeat IWM? Yeah, IWM has nothing right now. I mean, as far as the higher time frame is concerned, and what I was saying is that whenever you like on the 5 minute, if we have empty space like we had here, we saw some big pops out, but every single level got retested. Every single little node was built, and you create a lot of structure down, and that can create a lot of trouble coming back down. You don't have that empty space or lack of structure, and so price won't move as fluidly back down. Look at this retest off of that floor that you grabbed. Look at that. Right there off that floor, you're trying to flip it green and pop up and possibly retest the 262.82s. So yeah. Say thank you to me is all you need to start with $10 to $20. Bud Hack, how does it feel to be a piece of Oh, hold on.
Bullying, bullying,
I
bullying.
stopped. I stopped. I stopped. I stopped. Do you
I
see
knew
that?
it was coming.
I stopped. Getting your
Good
beak
man.
wet?
Good
Yeah.
man.
I buy an old S&P.
See
I
that
don't,
you're getting older, you're getting better.
I'm getting better, man. We're growing. All right, what do we got next here? APP up. Please add this to my A plus watch list. John, if I was in your class, would you give me an A plus? If you were my professor, you would? You give me an A? Hell yeah, dude. No homework either. That's my boy. No exam. Damn. Wait, what am I doing to get this A then? Only a kiss and an A. Oh my god. Hey yo. Hold on. I mean, yes, you do have a nice 24-hour green candle supporting yourself coming off of this volume underneath you. Um, Now, that being said, I need more. I need more. So it looks like, and I need to get rid of this. So what happened here? So this is where I'll go back and I'll actually narrate like, okay, what actually happened? Okay, so you had to pop up, hold 383.95. You got that. That was your median or cost basis, which you're basically sitting at, right? That's 392. Now, in order to get up and out, it would be the same area of resistance, which is going to be the psychological number of $400. And that does, yes, permit APP to go to 421, which this is a good stock, to do that. Yeah, so that looks good. And then underneath you, that's a no-go, right? We don't want to lose that structure, so. That surprisingly looks kind of good. So on a 24-hour time frame, PayPal is just in range, right? You're not over any sort of overhead resistance. I'm not exactly sure if that's 41.71 or if it's going to be off of 42, but I'll find out. Hey, you really want to do your homework on a Friday afternoon when you have a whole weekend with no school? Weekend. Well, let's talk about your homework when I'm done, okay? Is that cool? You go back to school on Tuesday. This Tuesday. That's right, not last Tuesday. Okay, can we talk about this in a second, please? I'm working, trying to make the money. Your mom wants to move to California, so I gotta grind. I gotta turn up the heat. Hey, 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 please listen, okay? Thank you. All right. I love you too, baby, and I'll be out. I got about 15 minutes, okay? Thank you.
Hey Potter, real quick, can you applaud her for being responsible? And can we swatch the kids?
Good job, Ellie. Yeah.
Potter, quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
On Fridays, do the ETFs still trade the quarter after or no?
Do ETFs trade the quarter after? What do you mean?
No, what I mean is usually you could trade, they could sell off like some ETFs or until quarter after 4.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you can still
So they're good till,
till 4:15. 4:15.
okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
PayPal has a pretty damn good setup. And I'd say if you're looking for a retest level, it's got to be off of $40 hold. But there is a solid setup up to, yeah, actually, this looks pretty good. I probably won't take it because I fucking hate PayPal, but that does look good. So I would say 41.40. Yeah, the risk to reward on that one's not great, but I'm guessing I'm guessing 4 because that's how I talk to my 4-year-old. She's 6. Yeah, she's 6 years old. She's bored. I think that's why she came in here talking about homework. She's bored right now. Peyton's taking a nap. She woke up like at 3 o'clock in the morning and then couldn't get back up or couldn't go back to sleep. So she's taking a nap. This is a new account? Yes, Chris. Don't come to Cali. Why? Why wouldn't I? What am I making all this money for?
So you can go get taxed 50% in California.
You know what? Fuck it.
Stay right here on the East Coast. Don't worry about that shit out there.
I don't know. I was born out there, you know. I'm going back.
In California, yeah.
Yeah, I was born in California. I was born in Palmdale. Well, I was born in L.A., the L.A. hospital or whatever the fuck. I obviously wasn't conscious. I don't remember. But I was in Palmdale, Kimberly, KMB.
Do you remember it? You remember it, or?
I remember little bits of California and Northern California.
Oh, man, the weather is good though, you know.
I was in the Northridge earthquake when I was a baby.
Oh my God, is that the one in '89?
Mm-hmm. No, that was 92. Yeah, 92.
Oh, there was another one. Yeah, yeah. Well, one was during the World Series. I remember that. I missed it by 2 weeks. I was on vacation out there. It was a bad
Oh,
one.
shit.
'92. Wow.
I don't know how I feel about this one. It's sort of giving you a lot. I think this is one that's kind of a daily observer. I mean, it does look, I mean, I'm not going to argue. The weekly looks fine. Okay, so that actually kind of clears things up a little bit. So let's look at what it actually wicked off of. So all I see are candle closes here. I don't really see anything substantial, and it looks like that's the floor. So if we just reuse this box, yeah, say 112.50. There is a chance with this wide fluctuation in price. Could there be a channel? I do think there is. That's kind of perfect, 112.50. So the weather isn't worth it. I thought the weather was great. Peyton loved the weather. Well, I'm moving. I'm going to San Diego.
I got a friend in Anaheim right now. It's 70 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm over here in 35.
Dude, you know what? I'm fucking tired of the bugs in the South, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know they're bad.
They're so bad. It's just hot and slimy out here, and people are kind of backwards. You know, they're good people.
No bugs in San Diego.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Fuck them bugs.
Oh,
well, you guys say like
that's it.
I obviously am not trying to save money here, you know. Might as well. Shit, I'd rather be struggling in California than miserable. Not miserable, but like, you know, it's just there's a little bit more progression, a little bit more progressive mindset than Savannah, Georgia. You know what I mean? Like Savannah. I mean, dude, I'm not making my life easier. It's more expensive. I gotta wake up earlier. But
I know.
Sometimes
but you have to admit, man, that summers are wicked out where you are. Whew.
They're. I'm deep blue. I'm not a Democrat. That shit's fucking for the birds. Democrat, Republican. No, I like acknowledging science and, you know, people who you know, try to improve the infrastructure around. Like, we don't get infrastructure improvements. Tesla has a punch down. It is dropping right now off of that retest. I told you guys before, I mean, this is getting close. It's not signaling, but below 411.85, there's yeah, there's a drop here to 406. Now, you know, I think on the 24-hour, that's still, I mean, that's more bearish than anything, you know. I don't know, man. That does look like a pretty intense refusal to stay up here. So, I mean, this thing's looking shorter and shorter when it does stuff like this.
Hey, Gary, do you think my box in that Tesla chart is too
it encompasses too much of the
Yes.
previous price action.
But is it? Yes, it is. Yes, to navigate this stock, I think correctly, right? You could really just have the box up in front of you, because that's really all that matters. If there's a punchback over this, you get this, right? And that right there is this. So it's all the same. But yeah, I would focus on the most recent price action. And to me, y'all, if I get rid of all of this shit and I just drop, okay, that's where we hold. Where are we at right now? Hanging by a fucking thread. We filled up the empty space to the first green candle on the 24-hour to our left and dropped. And so while we haven't lost anything, it does get us one step closer to falling. And like I said, I see Tesla. I'm short. You know, I think Tesla has got to go down to 360, 68.20. But if it does hold this floor and punches back up above, you know, there's no reason to hold on to a broken bias. So. Would you go short into the 3-day weekend? Did I get into a fight? No, I didn't. No, this is just covering up a spot on my face. So I didn't look like a fucking witch. Dude, I'm not going to trade AM. The volume on this one, it does look good on the 24-hour and the weekly, but it might be something that needs to be like double the expiration. Better setup now. I mean, the weekly does look good, so it could be something you even take next one. Yeah, next week. That's what happens when you don't do the dishes. About to go.
Can you check Oracle, please?
For sure, brother.
Then paying's hurt. Man, I'm driving around looking for a gift for my wife for Valentine's Day. I think I'm gonna get her gift cards to get her hair done.
Make a scrapbook, dude. Chicks love scrapbooks. Just go get all the pictures that you have of you guys together, print them out, put them in a book, dude.
That'll be wonderful. Yeah, she'll love that.
Get her a dozen roses and write a good memory, and attach it to each one.
You know, I never bought her roses. You know why? They died 2 days later. I just give her money.
The Costco ones last about 2 weeks. You put that sauce in.
Oh, okay.
But seriously, if you write out like a good memory on each one, she'll love that.
I'm gonna get her a gift card to get her nails done and her hair done. That's it. No chocolate.
There ain't no change in your mind.
Damn.
It's 35 years, brother. Come on, man. She's got every bit of it.
It's hard to come up with a new thing every year. It's a long
All right,
term,
real quick, guys. Get
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
it's fine.
QQQ did just shoot back up. It is back up against that target, so we're about to head into the bell here. If you are, listen, you can't go into this with one direct. I mean, it does have. Let's look at the 24-hour here. So that still is a candidate to retest 610. If you don't want to put any money down, I think I really think, I mean, being where you're at, if you take 610, I have to take 610s because I have puts to the downside for the 588 strike. The fuck are we listening to? Everybody's different. Peyton would love, like, if I took her to a fabric store and let her go crazy, she would love it.
I want a wife like that.
She also gets mad at me, you know, sometimes too. So
I'm sure she does.
my
Hey,
girl
listen,
tells
I
me to
love
leave her alone as a present. Oof.
God damn, that's sweet.
That's sweet, dude. That sounds like you need to go on a vacation, brother.
I do. Not one with bars, all right?
No bars. Yeah, stay away from the bars. I feel so out of place when I go to
for
bars.
contracts when there's a holiday, like it's 4 days out, or is it
Yeah,
basically
you're
treated
gonna
like it's
pay
Monday?
more. Yeah,
That sucks. I fucking
they're
hate swinging
expensive.
weekends.
I mean, listen, guys. I really think that this is something that we can catch. whether it's up or down, there's empty. I mean, look at all of this. There's empty space all the way here, all the way there. If we're looking down, right, we still have a floor that we didn't lose. So I feel confident in my ability to navigate this going into tomorrow. And I mean, if we get a gap down, we were hoping for a gap down under 596. Does that shut us out from being able to trade it? Nope. We got to leg down to 591 and maybe even a little bit further. If we're
So
legging
what's
up,
this?
it's
How did-
Read and
I'm
react.
slow playing them cues, right? And I bought a 2 610s earlier for $10 a piece. Now they're 80
damn.
for the 17th.
Yeah, that volume spike. End of day. Market is closed tomorrow. Market is closed tomorrow, guys. Yeah. Right? Yes. Yeah, it's Friday.
Saturday?
Monday.
Monday is closed. Yeah, it is closed on Monday. Yeah, 3-day weekend.
And it's also closed on Saturday.
And Sunday.
Yeah, Monday's a holiday, so we'll be Sunday. Sunday futures are open, so if we get a substantial gap up, maybe I'll pop on, but we'll do our prep on Monday. Yeah. Yeah, if you have any gains from today, post those. Love to see them, but otherwise, let's see. Did I miss anything here? Real quick on that KDP setup that you posted. I think okay, so you've got a range? What the fuck am I listening to right now? Sometimes my fucking playlist adds shit. Yeah, no. Made $300 today. Wilson in chat. Nice. Yeah. So I mean, for Tesla, yeah, for sure. Let's see, 24-hour. Yeah, you know what? This is higher time frame. KDP. That's a beautiful retest. So really, we just want to kind of stay in this range. Literally, it's right there. All right. Toothless, what are you doing, brother? What are you doing? I'm sorry. Yeah, not tomorrow. All right. Does anybody have any last questions? Again, class is March 1st. I hope everybody is there. If you already have the class, you can pay whatever you want. I do not care if you pay me $1 or $1 million. If you send me $1 million, I'm sending it back. You're going to want more than just class out of me. Spread the word. No one is paying taxes. We're not funding the pedos anymore. Yeah, we'll see how that, I mean, you could just, Ivy and Alex have, just text them. They'll get you set up. No. If you already have the class, Walter, then you can, if they already have it, in order to attend again, I'm just asking that people, again, I've said this before, there's a psychological thing that happens when people pay for something. So pay me $1. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you pay me 50 cents. I just want you to be there. And again, I've been doing this for years now, and when I do free classes, nobody shows up. I don't know why. Not nobody, but like not a ton of people show up. But if I charge $1 for it, everybody does. So. SNDK. No shit. I actually.
When is the sign up deadline for that?
I mean, the
Or
day of.
Is there no deadline?
Not really. No. I mean.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to help people get in the class. Alex and Ivy will have to be doing that. But, yeah. Listen, dude, this is the kind of setup where you just sit and you wait, because the trading conditions inside of that pocket in between where you need to go and break and what you need to hold are going to be treacherous. You got the punch back. You got a beautiful punch back through that box, up through the empty space, touched the floor, and then you died. Retested the box underneath you. And so now the tension is slap center in the middle, and all you have to do is wait for a candle to close outside of 668.50 or 671.55 and punch back through 682. Or at the same time, you have 686 and a nothing but empty space back down. And if you did see a reversal off of this one, I'd probably be looking for that floor to go short. Yeah, SNDK is extremely expensive, so I haven't traded that one. All right. So if we bought the course before you let us attend class, how do we go about it? Just DM Alex. You can just cash at me $1 or Venmo or whatever. But it's a lot of material and recording. So if you're new and it's really intimidating, yeah, just wait for me to go live and listen. That, like I said, we're gonna walk through this stuff slowly. I'm gonna work through each section, ask, take your guys' questions. I mean, there's been questions that have been asked that have taken me 20, 30 minutes. And I walk through multiple different examples because the only thing I have to do during these classes is teach. There's no trading happening. Nobody's, asking, or, there's no soundboard. So it's just us. And yeah, I'm excited for it. Actually, Alex, I might need to ask Ivy. We need to add that date, March 1st, on the website. If you want to make a note of that, send it to Ivy.
Sorry to keep asking, but so we message Alex that we want to be part of it, and then Venmo you money. Is that
You could
correct?
just Venmo or Cash App me, whatever you want, and then
And then
you
just say, "I
just
wanna be
send
in
that
it"?
screenshot to Ivy or Alex, if you don't know
Perfect.
my Cash App and Venmo, which is just Potter Stocks, at Potter Stocks or whatever on both apps. But
Okay.
yeah, that's all you have to do.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Thank you.
what I missed that. What are we Venmoing? Can you repeat
Feet
that? Sorry.
pics. Feet pics.
So
You
go fund me
want
for
feet?
Daddy
Do you
ChatGPT.
want feet pics or not?
Who
Yes.
wouldn't?
Say yes. Oh God, you should. It's just for the Potterbox class. Just if you've already bought the class, you have the Potterbox class, and you want to be there for this round. I'm just asking that people, send whatever you feel, whatever you want.
Where is the Cash App? The handle?
It's at potterstocks.com or at
Oh, okay.
.com at potterstocks, just the way it
Okay.
sounds.
All right.
I do trade options, yes. Speaking of, take a look. Yeah, just last little gander. Nice job this week. Saw a lot of you guys. I know some of you guys struggled with this week's price action. Those of you guys who are newer, but I saw some of you guys knocking them out of the park. So good job. 500% on that IWM this morning. That's juicy. What the fuck? There we go. Beautiful. Damn. All right. Can imagine 500%. Oh, dude, we trade. We get those type of percentages all the time, my guy. You can scroll through the gains page on my website or look right here. I mean, even shit like this is happens on a semi-regular basis. So, all right, Discord. We'll see you guys on Monday. We'll probably go live around. I mean, honestly, Monday I could go live a little earlier, probably about 5 o'clock. I'll alert in the Discord. Again, if you're new, there's going to be a lot of alerts. You can go and mute all of the pages and only have the alerts that come up that are tagged everybody or that I post, or you can make it for a specific channel. So, yeah. Yeah. Monday, we're going to prep. Monday is prep. So. Ridiculous. All right. I'll see you guys a little bit. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Peace. All right. TikTok, Discord. Does anybody have any questions? He said Throbby Meat Lord is too, that's fucking crazy. I gotta stop making I can't. Who did that? Don't look at my purchases. Let's see. That's fucking hilarious. Class is March 1st. Class is March 1st. So the workshop is discounted right now. So you can grab that on a discount until the end of the night. But otherwise, you guys have a great fucking weekend, man. This week was pretty sick. So lot of fucking decent moves on the ETFs and some other stuff. Jesus Christ, bro. 840%. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.